It's no part of the job of the state to police the spiritual life of communities in a nation.
I believe that the Scottish Parliament should lift the ban on same-sex marriage because it's a basic civil rights issue.
We respect the right of any religion or any religious celebrant to choose not to perform a marriage, and in fact many of them currently do not do that. The Catholic Church, for example, won't perhaps marry divorced people or people who are not Catholics. So we're not trying to impose our views on other people, but we do believe that in religious freedom, and that if people want to be married and they can be married within their faith, then that's something that should be open to them.
Our experience is that same-sex couples are capable of the same quality of devoted and constant love for each other as our other sex couples. And for that reason we welcome the fact that they are able to celebrate their partnerships together. Up until now, they've had to go through a legal procedure without the religious community, and so what we want to do is to bring the two together so that in the context of the community to which they belong, they can celebrate their partnership together.
It's very important because Christian, lesbian, gay, bisexual and transgender people who want to come together in a marriage, they want to be able to marry in their church, and they want to have their minister marry them. And I feel it's very important for me to be able to conduct those weddings, just like I am able to conduct weddings for heterosexual couples who are Christian.
We want to be able to offer marriage to same-sex couples as we do to heterosexual couples, and we don't want to force it on any other church community, but we don't see why they should force on us that we're not allowed to do it.
I don't believe that it's right that one section of society should be excluded from having a religious marriage if that's what they want to do. And as a celebrant, I'm very happy to celebrate a marriage for any couple who wish to do so within their own tradition.
I would say, what are you frightened of? The fact that people want to commit to a marriage in the sight of God should be something that we celebrate. It shouldn't be something that we condemn. I understand their fears, but this hasn't happened across the world in countries like South Africa, where I got married, in Spain and in Portugal. It hasn't happened. There have not been a procession of cases to the European courts against the Catholic Church from people who have been refused the marriage ceremony there.
I'm a marriage celebrant, but I am not forced to marry anybody. If a man and a woman come to me, I have every right to say no. Why would it be any different if it was a man and a man or woman and a woman? The idea of raising these kinds of issues, they're non-issues, and it's like the proverbial red herring.
Marriage belongs in church. Ministers should be allowed to conduct those marriages, and I want to be able to marry any couple that comes to me and wants to be married in church. And thank you.
Equality, end discrimination. If that's what people want, let them have it.
I would say thank you for putting this in the public arena. Thank you for opening up the debate. I'd urge you to listen to all sides. I'd urge you to respect religious freedom, but above all, I'd urge you to respect equality, that people should be able to do things that other people can. We don't have discrimination in our lives anymore. Like I say, we are a group that's discriminated against because we're not allowed to marry in this country, and I'd ask them to end that.
There's no excuse for double discrimination against people, both legally because of their sexuality and because of their religion, and that's the way it is at the moment.
We believe that two men or two women have every much a right to enter into a sacred relationship as a man and a woman.
Our belief in equality leads us to believe that it's quite wrong to differentiate between same-sex couples and other sex couples in this matter. We don't wish to force our opinions on others who disagree with us, but we wish to be allowed. We want a permissive law. We wish to be allowed to register and celebrate same-sex partnerships within our meetings for worship.
we can't have a Scotland going into the future which treats part of its society as, yes, almost equal, but separate from the rest. So we really need to have equal marriage.